Cloverdale's Corner, where we turn English inside out. El Rincón de Cloverdale, donde entramos a saco con el inglés.
Hello and welcome back to our second hour of Cloverdale's Corner. Here we are. We have a new addition to the program. We have one subtraction. Carlos has left. But he didn't leave for good. He'll be back. He'll be back next week. Carlos, he has to start working. He's a protector of the Spanish skies. Yes, and making sure that the airports are safe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree that we need to have safe airports. But in any case, but we have Gonzalo here. Good morning, Gonzalo.
Good morning, Richard.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Doing great.
All right. Ask Gonzalo if he is from Seville.
Are you from Seville?
No, I am not.
He's not from Seville. Ask him if he's from the south of Spain.
Are you from the south of Spain?
No, I am not.
No, I'm not. Ask him what part of Spain he's from.
What part of Spain are you from?
I'm from Huesca.
Huesca. Ask him what the name of Huesca was in Roman times.
What was the name of Huesca in Roman times?
The name was Oscar.
Oscar. Yeah, Oscar. Huesca. All right, so it's Oscar. And ask him when it changed to Huesca.
When did it change to Huesca?
I don't know.
All right, ask him if he was born in Huesca.
Were you born in Huesca?
Yes, I was.
Ask him if he grew up there.
Did you grow up there?
I grew up in Huesca until I was 12 years old.
Ask him what he did when he was 12.
What did you do when you were 12?
I moved to Barcelona to play tennis.
To play tennis. All right. Ask him why he wanted to play tennis.
Why did you want to play tennis?
I don't know.
All right. But ask him if he was a good tennis player when he was 12.
Were you a good tennis player when you were 12?
When I was 12, I was a good tennis player.
Ask him if he went to Barcelona. Ask him if he attended a special tennis school.
Did you attend a special tennis school in Barcelona?
Yes, I did.
Ask him if the school is famous.
Is that school famous?
It is not now, but it was.
It used to be, yeah.
It changed the name and they changed the owners.
All
But
right.
It was very famous.
It was very famous. And ask him if he became a professional tennis player.
Did you become a professional?
¿Cómo?
Did you become a professional tennis player?
Yes.
All right. Ask him how long he played tennis as a profession.
How long did you play tennis as a profession?
About 3 years.
For about 3 years. Ask him how old he was when he turned pro.
How old were you when you turned pro?
I was 16.
16 when you turned pro. That's a bit young. Underage, yeah, as a junior, okay? That's when you were 16. Ask him if he started making money in tennis when he was 16.
Did you start making money in tennis when you were 16?
Yes, but I spent it all.
You spent it all. Okay, ask him if he did secondary school in Barcelona.
Did you do secondary school in Barcelona?
I did not finish secondary school.
You didn't finish.
No, I didn't.
Ask him if he went to the university.
Did you go to the university?
Yes, I did.
Ask him how he could attend the university if he didn't finish secondary school.
How could you attend a university if you didn't finish the secondary school?
I took a special test called GED that allowed me to go to university in the United States.
So you took a special test called the GED. Ask him how old he was when he took that test.
How old were you when you took that test?
I was 19.
All right. Ask him if he was living in Barcelona at that time.
Were you living in Barcelona at that time?
Yes,
I was, yeah.
I was.
Ask him if he was still making money as a tennis player.
Were you still making money as a tennis player?
No, I was not.
Okay. Ask him if that was an important juncture in his life.
Was that an important juncture in your life?
The most
¿Cómo se dice seguro? Estoy seguro. I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Juncture.
Juncture.
the most important one in my life.
All right. Ask me what juncture means.
What does juncture mean?
Juncture, junc con C.
Un
Juncture.
cruce.
Yes, una coyuntura. Figurada.
Oh.
A juncture in your life. Bueno, una coyuntura es una situación. It means, yes, una bifurcación del camino, un momento.
That's similar
cruce.
to junction.
A junction is un cruce.
Mm-hmm.
A juncture is un cruce de forma figurada. All right. A juncture in your life? Yes. At this juncture. It was very important. So he decided to take an exam. Ask me what kind of exam it is.
What kind of exam is it?
It is, in Spain, we have a similar test when you are over 25 years old and you want to finish your secondary education.
Education. Mhm.
So, but it's a,
Do you know the name of the Spanish exam?
no, I just know that it's
Yeah, para mayores de 25.
bachillerato
Yeah.
para mayores de 25.
All right. It's an exam you can take, and then you can finish. It provides you with a degree,
Exactly,
and then you are eligible to go to the university.
exactly.
So if somebody is 28 years old here in Spain and wants to go to the university, but they don't have a secondary school or a bachiller, what you call a baccalaureate,
Hmm.
they can take this exam, and if they pass, then they can go on
That's exactly
and
what
apply
I did.
for entrance in the university.
After that exam, I suppose they have to do the selectividad in Spain.
In the US as well, I had to take the GED and then the SAT, which is the American selectividad.
Yes, but the SAT is a bit different.
Yeah,
It's
well,
a different
I know.
style of exam.
Exactly.
It's an aptitude test, not a knowledge test. You follow?
Mm-hmm.
They don't ask you when Napoleon Bonaparte was born.
They just want to know if you're clever enough.
Clever, no, intelligent enough. Clever means listo.
Listillo.
No, clever means espabilado.
Espabilado.
Listo.
Ah.
Yeah. Or even astuto could be clever. Clever is an adjective that is often connected to the fox, the animal. You understand? Clever. A fox is considered clever.
Mm-hmm.
Intelligent and smart. Intelligent.
Okay.
Intelligent is the word.
Intelligent. Yes.
Yeah. Clever. I would say smart. When it's una inteligencia natural y no adquirida académicamente, I would say smart.
Mm-hmm.
The British would probably say clever, maybe. Maybe the British would say clever. Quick. Yeah, he's quick. He's sharp. There are many words in Spanish as well. Espabilado, listo, agudo. Yeah. I had a good friend, Ángel Rubio Agudo, I remember. That was his name. He said, no soy ni Ángel ni Rubio ni Agudo. He said, but that was his name. But in any case, here we have Gonzalo from Huesca, and he took a GED. Ask him what GED stands for.
What does GED stand for?
Stand, ¿qué significa?
Stand for.
Repeat.
What does GED stand for?
No hagas pausa.
What does GED stand for?
Ahí está. Entra en la S con la letra anterior. What does GED stand for? Do you remember?
General education degree?
No.
No.
Graduate equivalency diploma.
Didn't do
Graduate.
one. My God.
Graduado equivalente. Graduate equivalency diploma.
I tried.
That was a good try. Eh? You know, I'm not 100% sure about this. Eh? The GED. GED. Let me see if I can find it. GED, General Educational Development Test. Toma.
Hey.
He was right. I was wrong.
3.
I juraría que han cambiado esto. Before it was graduate equivalency degree. General Educational
Very
Development.
good try.
No,
General-
I knew.
All right. And he took it when he was 19. Ask him where he took this exam.
Where did you take that exam?
I took it in Madrid.
In Madrid. Ask if he took it in the American Embassy.
Did you take it in the American Embassy?
No, I did not.
Ask him where. I know I
I
didn't.
didn't.
Ask him where he took it.
Where did you take it?
I took it at the San Luis University in Madrid.
St. Louis University. Ask him if it was difficult.
Was it difficult?
It was very easy.
Ask him if it was in Spanish or in English.
Was it in Spanish or in English?
It was in Spanish.
And it was very easy. Ask him to give us a typical question.
Can you give us a typical question?
I took it 25 years ago.
Yes, but I think the questions
But they
are...
were very easy. I mean,
Yeah.
very easy.
Yeah, it was George Washington an important president? Yes.
Exactly. But there is a very long test. It should be taken in 2 days. I took it in 1 because it was very easy on different subjects.
All right. It's a test or an exam for people who want to enter the university, but they never finished secondary education. And so they take it, and it's easy. It's really very easy. And so ask Gonzalo if he knew English at that time.
Did you know English at that time?
Yes, I did.
Ask him why he knew English when he was 19.
Why did you know English when you were 19?
Because I had been traveling for many years playing tennis.
All right. Ask him how long he played tennis on the professional circuit.
How long did you play tennis on the circular
Circular nada. On the professional circuit.
on the professional circuit?
About 3 years.
For about 3 years. Okay. Good. Alfonso, are you laughing at Annette?
No.
Yes.
On the circular profession? On the professional circuit. Okay. Ask him why he decided to quit. Ask him why he decided to take that test.
Why did you decide to take that test?
Could you repeat?
Why did you decide to take that test?
Because I wanted to go to university in the United States.
Ask him why.
Why did you go?
Why
Why
did
did you
you-
want to go there?
I wanted to get an education, and I wanted to continue playing tennis.
Okay. Ask him if it was his idea or his parents' idea.
Was it your idea or your parents' idea?
It was my idea.
Ask him where he got that idea.
Where did you get that idea?
Actually, I got it in Waco, Texas.
In Waco, Texas. Toma. Eso sí que es América Profunda. That's near San Saba. Waco. Yeah. Ask me if I've ever been to Waco.
Have you ever been to Waco?
I have passed through Waco 300 times. I mean, Waco is like Calatayud.
Ah,
I mean, people, well, you don't pass through, you pass by Calatayud. You never stop.
that's
You know,
true.
Drive, or like Igualada, or like Lérida. You see, it's a city that people never visit, but they pass. Going from Zaragoza to Barcelona or from Madrid to Zaragoza with Calatayud. You never stop. And Waco is between Austin and Dallas. Austin. Or San Antonio. Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas, Texas. So you pass. And we always stopped at the chicken shack. La Choza del Pollo. The chicken shack. I mean, when I was 3 years old, we passed through Waco and I ate in the chicken shack. And every time we passed through Waco, we stopped at the chicken shack. Ask me if it's still there.
Is it still there?
Estil, ¿qué significa?
Is it still there?
Yes, it's still there, the chicken shack. They did fried chicken.
What?
Shack. S-H-A-C-K. Shack. Yeah?
Choza.
Choza. Shack.
Like hut?
Sorry?
Like hut?
Like what?
H-U-T.
A hut. En día caliente, hut. Hut. Yes, it's like a hut. I don't know the difference between a shack and a hut. A hut, H-U-T, una cabaña, una choza, un refugio de montaña, mountain hut, barracón, casucha. All right, shack,
Una chabola.
shack, choza, casucha, rancho in Latinoamérica, shack. Jacal in Mexico, bohío in America Central. And to shack up, this was very common. To shack up was ir a vivir juntos sin casarse. Do you understand? Wow. Or they say, I think in Argentina, familiar, a rejuntarse.
No,
No? Dice aquí.
se juntan.
Yeah. To shack up. I'm shacking up
Se
with
juntaron.
Jennifer. We're shacking up. All right. But I don't think you need to remember that. So Waco. Ask him what in the world he was doing in Waco, Texas.
What in the world were you doing in Waco, Texas?
I was playing a tennis tournament.
A tennis tournament. I didn't know they had tennis tournaments in Waco.
They have a very good university.
Of course, Baylor.
Hmm.
It's a Baptist university. But it's the spirit. It's a very good university. Baylor's an excellent university. And very pretty. It's nice campus. Baylor. Ask me how to spell it.
How do you spell it?
Baylor. B-A-Y-L-O-R. Ask me if I've ever visited that campus.
Have you ever visited that campus?
Campus. No, but I have passed by and seen it from the highway 100 times. And I always think, someday I need to go there. Ask me if there's anybody famous from Baylor.
Is there anybody famous from Baylor?
Probably the most famous athlete from Baylor was Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson. Have you ever heard of Michael Johnson?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, ask me if he is a record holder.
Is he a record holder?
Yes, he's still a record holder in one of his events. He ran in 2 events. Ask me what his events were.
What were
His events. Pruebas deportivas.
what were his events?
The 200 and 400 meters.
Uh-huh.
And he still holds the record in the 400, the world record in the 400
Uh-huh.
meters.
Really?
But our good friend Usain Bolt
Mm-hmm.
broke his record in the 200.
Mm.
And he was from Baylor. Also Warnier. I can't remember how to spell his name. Was a runner who won the 400 meters in the Olympics, I believe, twice. Once he was from Baylor as well. Baylor produces a lot of good athletes. They have a very good football team, very good baseball team, a very good basketball team as well. The tennis team, I don't know, but ask him if he attended Baylor University.
Did you attend Baylor University?
No, I did not.
No, I didn't.
I didn't.
No, says I did not.
I'm
Only
here and I have to use a more formal.
no. It's
Okay.
not a question of formal. It's just a question
You
of
didn't.
we don't say it.
Okay.
You know, we don't say it. However, we do say it when you want to emphasize. You went to that strange antro. You went to that strange place the other night, right? Didn't you, Maria Jose?
No, I did not.
No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Yes, I saw you there.
No, I did not.
I did not. I did not. Y luego das en la mesa. I did not. In that case, yes. I do not agree. You know, when you want to be very emphatic. All right. All right. I do not do things like that. You're completely wrong, Annette. Your insinuations. I don't appreciate your insinuations. I do not run around with those people. All right. So,
Me neither.
oh, I've seen Annette with some strange elements. Yeah. Yeah, haven't you?
With shady people.
Shady people, yeah. Shady people. Ask me what shady means, Annette.
What does shady mean?
Shady means not totally clear, a bit dark. Shade is, of course, sombra. But shady means turbio, sospechoso. All right? Shady, disreputable. Yeah, de reputación. Not completely clear. Isn't that true?
No, it's not. It's not true.
Do you run around with shady people?
Never.
Ask Alfonso if he runs around with shady people.
Do you run around with shady people?
No, I do not.
No, I don't.
Now
No,
I don't.
que no. Cuando eres enfático cuando alguien insiste y pinche y pinche, al final
Ya, ya.
estallas. You understand?
Okay, what's a joke?
Said,
That was
yes, you do, Alfonso. I've seen you with shady people. You run around with shady people.
I do not.
All right. I do not run around with shady people. Okay, but ask him how long he was in Waco.
How long were you in Waco?
At that time, I was only for a week.
Only there for a week.
I was only there for a
Ask
week.
him how many times he has visited Waco.
How many times have you visited Waco?
I've been in Waco about 4 or 5 times
Ask him why he's been there so many times.
Why have you been there so many times?
because I've played tournaments in Waco 4 or 5 times.
Well, that's strange for a Spanish tennis player to play 4 or 5 tournaments in Waco. I could understand in New York, or in Paris, or in Rome, or in Madrid, or in Barcelona, but in Waco? Ask him how he ended up in Waco so many times.
How did you end up in Waco so many times?
Because my first university in the United States was in Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay, TCU.
Yes.
All right. Texas Christian University. That's interesting. We have un ostense. How do you say people?
Ostense.
Ostense. In Fort Worth, Texas, and in Waco, Texas. Eso es un hito en la historia del mundo. You never have that, okay? Strange place. But in any case, ask him, I want to get this right. Ask him if he visited Waco before. Ask him how old he was when he went to Waco for the first time.
How old were you when you went to Waco for the first time?
I was 19.
All right. Ask if he was impressed with Waco.
Were you impressed with Waco?
Impressed.
Were you impressed with Waco?
Yes, I was very impressed.
Really?
Yes.
When's the first time you go?
No, no. What
Abroad?
is the first time you go to Waco? You get impressed.
You are impressed. Ask him what was so impressive about Waco.
What was so impressive about it?
Well, the first thing is that it was a few months after the shooting, the Branch
the-
Davidian.
Yeah.
So it was very famous because of everything that had happened.
David Koresh.
Mhm.
You remember that? The David Koresh. Let me see if I can find some information on David Koresh. I don't even know how to spell his last name anymore. David
Was there a massacre?
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Koresh.
yes.
In
Koresh.
Oklahoma?
No,
Before.
this is in
Waco,
Texas.
in Waco.
In Waco.
Yes,
Ah,
it
yes,
rings a
yes,
bell.
yes.
Yeah, the Davidians.
Mhm.
Those Davidianos. There was a group of, it was a religious sect. And they were in a house, and they stayed in a house, and the police tried to desalojarlos. ¿Cómo se dice en inglés desalojar? I don't know. I don't know how to say that.
To put them out, to kick them out.
No, to kick them out is echarlos, but to desalojar. Let me see if I can find it. To evacuate. No. To remove them, okay? To remove them from the house, to evict them or remove them from the house. And they refused. And there was a gunfight, too. And then finally the house burned down and about 150, I don't know how many people died in it. It was a mess. All right, it was the operation. The police operation was a complete fiasco. Even though the police were right, maybe, in trying to, but it ended up being a complete fiasco. And that was in 1993.
Mm-hmm.
In 1993. So you were there a few weeks after that.
I was in 1994.
All right. In Waco, Texas. And ask him, well, and so it was that first contact with Waco that you made a decision about studying in the U.S.
I met somebody that explained
Who explained
the benefits of going to college in America playing tennis.
Ask him who this person was.
Who was this person?
He was another player with the name of
By
David,
the name.
of David Roditi, who is the men's coach now at Texas Christian University.
David, what's his last name?
Roditi.
Is he American?
He is, but he comes from Mexico.
Okay. Roditi.
And he's
All right.
my savior.
He's your savior.
Yes.
All right. He needed a savior. So you were a lost soul.
Yes, I
Un
was.
chico descarriado de 19 años. Is that right?
That's right.
But you went to play tennis, and he said, well, Gonzalo, I think you should think about this. And so he talked to you, and he interested you in the American university system. All right. And ask him if he made a decision on the spot to apply to an American university.
Did you make a decision on the spot to apply
To
to the American university?
I made a decision to take all the tests needed in order to go to America.
All right, which meant taking the GED. Ask him what university he finally attended.
What university did you finally attend?
Texas Christian University. That was the
Okay.
first one.
Yeah, Universidad Cristiana de Texas. You see, in the United States, there are public universities and private. Private universities often have a support from a religious denomination. However, when you go to those universities, you don't feel pressure. For example, I spent 2 years at Southern Methodist, SMU, Southern Methodist University, and I'm not a Methodist, at least I'm not. And there was absolutely zero mention of Methodist. Zero. Here, for example, if you go to the University of in Pamplona, what's the name of it? Del Opus. What's the name of that university?
Yes.
Well, el IES is in Barcelona, which is a branch. I'm talking about the University of Navarra.
Yeah.
It's the sponsored and it's owned by the Opus Dei. But you can go there and you don't need to be a member of the Opus Dei. And they will not pressure you, or maybe a little, but they will not. And it's a very good institution, by the way, for higher education. Is it time, Nacho? We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Cloverdale's Corner, where we turn English inside out. El Rincón de Cloverdale, donde entramos a saco con el inglés.
Hello and welcome back to another half-hour segment of today's Wednesday edition of Cloverdale's Corner. We're here with our regular students or victims, Alfonso and Maria Jose and Annette. But we also have here an interesting guest, Gonzalo Corrales. Talito is a nickname they apply to him. From Huesca, however, he's probably the most important person in Spain for helping young people, teenagers especially, who are very good in sports. He opens up for them a very interesting option, which consists of going to the United States to an American university through sports. And the university gives you a grant or a scholarship, often a full scholarship, to attend the 4-year cycle of the Bachillerato Americano. Bachillerato, perdona, the bachelor's degree, la licenciatura americana, and playing sports. And the university will cover your tuition. Escrito tuition. Tuition means tasas académicas. It will cover usually as well your residential costs. And it will cover maybe a stipend. Estipendio decís también en español? Stipend.
Mm-mm.
You don't say estipendio.
No,
Yes, you do. Existe. It exists. Yeah. Let me look up the word stipend. Stipend in English, estipendio. You're learning.
Yeah, no.
You know that word?
Yes, I did.
Do you?
Really?
You do?
Yes, I do.
Un estipendio means un dinerito para uso, para gastar.
Mm-hmm.
It's a stipend, yes. And they pay, and so you have everything covered, basically. And so for example, a young man or a young lady, very good in tennis or very good in soccer or very good in golf, at the age of 17, through Gonzalo, he can facilitate or open up for you an array, un abanico, a spectrum of opportunities to go to the United States to do your higher education and to do it basically for free. And there are 3,700 universities in the United States, so there are a lot. And so there's a lot of opportunities for that. All right. Ask Gonzalo how long he's been working in this type of business.
How long have you been working in this type of business?
I started the company in 2004.
All right, in 2004. Ask him why he decided to start this company.
Why did you decide to start? Why did you decide to start in this company?
To start this company.
Why did you decide to start this company?
El verbo to start, además de empezar o comenzar, means montar una empresa, to start a business. That's why we have the word startups. Son empresas pequeñas, jóvenes, embriónicas, con emprendedores. They're called startups. To start a business is to set up a business. Okay, montar un negocio. We say to start a business. We use the verb to start. So really, start could also be translated as montar. All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Okay.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Luca has just arrived.
Sorry to be late.
Sorry to be late. Where are the churros and porras?
No money.
You don't have any money?
For the car.
Yeah.
But I can borrow
Some money?
some money, yes.
Hey, cara. She comes here. I want to invite you to have some churros and porras, but can you give me money? All right. But but to get back to our subject here, Gonzalo is the owner of a business that he started in 2004 that helps young people, Spanish, especially adolescents, reconducir sus trayectorias académicas, por un lado, o abrir horizontes insospechados, académicos y estimulantísimos, en mi opinión. To go to Texas, to Oklahoma, to Michigan, to Massachusetts, to California, to Oregon.
To Oregon, yes.
Okay.
Best university.
All right. Okay. Through sports, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Ask him how many different sports he handles.
How many different sports do you handle?
We've worked with 12 or 13 different sports.
Different, really, and all of them are subject to scholarships.
Some of them have, and some others just have the teams but don't have athletic scholarships. But the students, the Spanish students, are allowed or are able to study and do athletics at the same time, which is one of the difficult things to do here.
Here, there's a basic, it's more separated. Academic life from sports. Here you go through federaciones, right? The federation. So it's separate from the academic world. In the U.S., sports is always closely connected or totally connected to the academic institution, even in primary school. And then only after the university does professional sports start. And federations or things that are similar to that. Ask him how many kids are in the States now through his organization.
How many kids are there in the States now through your organization?
More than 300.
More than 300 kids attending American universities.
Right now, we've worked with more than 500 already.
All right. Up to now, more than 500. Luca, ask him if they often have academic problems.
Do you often
No,
have,
the students.
Do they often have academic problems?
Some of them do.
Okay, ask him what the reason is for the problem.
What's the reason for the problems?
The main problem we find in Spain is their English level.
Okay, their English level is too low.
Yes. Some others have academic problems because they've been dedicating a life to sports and it's been difficult to keep up with the school.
All right. And ask him if the students need good English before they can go.
Do the students need good English before they go?
Yes, in order to pass one of the most important tests, which is the TOEFL.
The test of English as a foreign language is the TOEFL, and that's a mandatory exam before you can be admitted to an American institution of higher learning. Ask her if the TOEFL is hard.
Is the TOEFL hard?
It is hard if your English level is low. It is easy if you speak good English.
All right. But ask
And
him...
it's very difficult to get very high
Score?
grades or score.
Yes,
No?
it is difficult.
Okay. But ask him if he helps them achieve this English level.
Do you help them to achieve this English level?
We give them recommendations. One of them is to listen to Richard Vaughan.
All
Good
right.
choice.
Okay. But ask him what percentage of the contacts pass the exam.
What percentage of the contacts pass the exam?
At the end, about over 90%.
No, really?
Yes, because they can do it several times.
They can take it mejor.
They can take it several times, and there are universities that ask for a lower score on the TOEFL. So if they don't get enough score to go to one school, they can go to another one with lower score requirements.
With lower standards.
Lower standards.
Listón más bajo. You would say lower standards. Ask him if most of his clients are from Madrid.
Are most of your clients from Madrid?
No, they come from all over Spain and from over 25 countries.
Really?
Yes.
Ask him how many of his clients are from abroad.
How many of your clients are from abroad?
Right now they represent about 25%.
Good. Could you repeat, please? Right now, estaba bien.
Right
Dilo
now
otra
they represent about a 25%.
vez. About 25%.
About 25%.
No digas
That's,
un 20%. Eso es muy castellano.
All right.
O el 20%. The percentages in English are instant. We start. They represent 25%.
Not about.
Or about 25%. Alrededor del 20% de los españoles fuma, por ejemplo. About 25, pero él ha dicho about a 25.
Ah, okay.
About 25% of Spanish people smoke, or about 20%, etc. Okay. What music do you have, maestro?
I have just arranged the Bach Bourrée for you and me to play after the break. With guitar, this is your part, and piano, my part.
Oh my God. After the break. Let me see my part. These are the chords.
Yes, they are easy.
It's very easy, yeah. Okay. Because I can't play the lead part. It's I would need about a week practicing to be able to recover it.
2 chords per bar.
2 chords per bar. Da, 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 da. All right, we'll practice during the break. And then we will, ladies and gentlemen, if you stick around, you'll hear a concert. Bourrée by Johann Sebastian Bach. How do you say Bach in German?
Bach.
Bach.
Arroyo.
All right.
No?
Yeah. Señor Arroyo. Okay.
Juan Sebastián Arroyo.
Very good. I didn't know that. Okay. And so we'll play Bourrée. We'll play Bourrée.
Maybe.
We'll try.
We'll try.
We'll try.
We'll rehearse first.
Okay. Ask Gonzalo what the name of his company is. Annette.
What's the name of your company?
It's called AGM Sports.
AGM Sports. AGM. AGM Sports. Ask him what AGM stands for.
What does AGM stand for?
Athletes Global Management.
Athletes Global Management. Interesting name.
It's my name, Alfonso González Maribona.
All right. Maribona is your second surname.
Yes.
You know, Alfonso González.
Uh,
You can't be a great pianist.
Well, that's why I founded the company with my brother, and they thought my brother's name is Álvaro, so they thought it was Álvaro Gonzalo, and they didn't know what the N was for. No, it's not called for,
It's-
for our names.
Okay, it's not named after us.
Right.
It's not named after us. So, Athletes Global Management. Gestión Mundial de Atletas o de Deportistas. The word athlete in English means deportista más que atleta. Cuando decís atleta aquí, you think more of atletismo, right?
Right.
But you see, an athlete, a tennis player, can be a good athlete. He's an athlete. So the word athlete is deportista, all right, more than atleta. So, Global Gestión Mundial de Deportistas, jóvenes en este caso, all right? Y reconducir o conducir, orientarles académicamente y con las opciones alternativas insospechadas. Es que
That's right.
many people don't even know.
They don't.
They don't even know the possibilities they have. Ask him if he has a website.
Do you have a website?
Yes.
Okay, ask him if he could tell us what his website is.
can you tell us what is your website? What is
Your website.
That is
Please, excuse me. I will repeat for you now. Can you tell us what your website is?
Yes. It is agmsports.com.
www.agm
Sports, acabado en S.com.
.com. No, lo tengo delante. It's pretty. It's a nice website.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, programa de becas, Fundación Laureus, Fundación España. And it has all of these interesting options you have to continue your education in the United States only, or ask if he offers scholarships in other countries as well.
Do you offer scholarships in other countries too?
No, I only work with the United States.
The United States. No digas estates.
States.
The United States. Ask him why he only works with the U.S.
why do you only work with the United States?
Because it's the only country that provides these kinds of opportunities for students and student athletes.
Yes. I think it's true that sports is a very important part of education in the U.S.
But in
And I agree.
England, there is this system too.
I don't think they have sports scholarships.
There might be some opportunities, but you can't compare what they have in the U.S. to any other country.
All
It's
right.
just amazing.
Okay. Ask him how many different universities he's working with now.
How many different universities are you working
With
now?
I
Understand.
communicate with more than 1,500 universities.
Ask him what he means by communicate with.
What do you mean by communicate with?
I talk to coaches from those universities and to the admissions departments from those universities, and they ask me for international talent for their teams.
All right. So you work with, or you deal with 1,500 universities. But how many universities do you have people studying?
Right now, we think it's about 300 universities, different universities, where we
Okay.
have our clients.
Okay.
So you say I deal with.
Deal with is tratar con.
I communicate with.
Well, to
Fair
deal
enough.
with and it depends. Well, first of all, to say communicate with sounds a bit strange in English. It sounds strange, but it's correct. I communicate with. Mantengo una comunicación, líneas de comunicación con. But one thing is how many universities are actually homes to students that he has sent. You see, ideal. Here in this company, we contact maybe 1,000 companies per year offering our services, but only maybe 50 per year end up contracting with us.
In this case, the communication is from us to the universities, sending them information about athletes, and from the coaches sending us emails requesting athletes.
Sending what?
Sending us emails?
Emails. Okay. Es que no entendía.
Okay.
Sending us emails
Yeah.
about.
And requesting athletes for their teams.
So there's a demand
Yeah,
in the university campuses for athletes from Spain or from other countries.
exactly.
Yeah. This happens a lot, especially in basketball. You see people, many of the basketball teams are always in contact with Africa. These tall Watusis, and also with Europe, with Serbia and Croatia, Spain, looking for good basketball players, looking for good tennis players. Ask him what sport is the most common.
What sport is the most common?
Tennis.
Tennis.
I think because of my background and also because of the high level of Spanish tennis players.
Okay. But the basketball players are very high level too in Spain, eh?
Yes, but there are many basketball players in the US as well.
And tennis players too.
Yeah, well, but a very good basketball player here will be a good basketball player there. A good tennis player here will be a very good tennis player there. That's the difference.
Outstanding.
Exactly.
All right.
It's like in soccer. Soccer gives us tremendous opportunities because a good soccer player here is going to be a very good soccer player over there.
All right. Ask him of the 300. Ask him how many of the 300 are tennis players.
How many of the 300 are tennis players?
50%.
Really?
40 to 50%.
40 to 50%.
Out of the 500 student athletes we have helped, 250 have been tennis players.
Okay. Ask him what the second most important sport is.
What's the second most important sport?
Soccer.
Soccer. Okay. Ask him what the third most important sport is.
What's the third most important sport?
Golf.
Golf. Okay.
Okay, so I am sending more.
You're going to prepare your son.
Yes.
This is true, by the way. Some parents in the States specifically manage, hasta microgestionen, they manage the athletic life of their children in order for those children to get scholarships when they reach the age of 18. Higher education is very expensive in the States. It's very good quality, but it's extremely expensive. And for some families, it's prohibitively expensive. And so they encourage and they almost insist that their children work very hard in sports in order to be able to go to the university for free. And I had one friend who had a baseball scholarship. He was good. He became a good baseball player. He didn't turn pro after that, but he went to the University of Tulsa as a baseball player.
You say he didn't turn pro.
Turn pro is
Volverte
convertirse en
profesional.
profesional. Yeah, to turn pro. To turn professional, to turn pro is the word we say. For example, golfers, you have the amateur circuit, circuito amateur. It's very, very good golfers. Some of the best golfers in the world are amateurs. They don't want to be pros. Bobby Jones, in the 1920s, was for 10 years with no competitor. He was the best golfer in the world. He never earned a penny because he was an amateur. He didn't want professional status, and so and there were other cases like that. Many tennis players early. Rod Laver began. Ken Rosewall. Before up to about 1965, Wimbledon was only for amateurs. The professional circuit was very small, and there was not a good opinion of the professional circuit. Also in athletics, in track and field, you see these things. All right. So you have 300 kids now in the U.S. Ask him if it's difficult to manage so many kids.
Is it difficult to manage so many kids?
It is difficult. We just need more resources. So the more clients we have, the more people we need to have taking care of them.
Ask him how many people work in his organization.
How many people are working on your organization?
Could you repeat?
How many people
Work.
work
In.
in your organization?
As of today, we are 13.
There are 13 of us.
There are 13 of us.
We are 13 significa que tenemos 13 años de edad.
Okay, then I'll say there are 13 of us.
Yes. Se entiende. Si dices we are 13, people understand that you're a foreigner.
Sí.
But it sounds funny. It sounds a bit strange.
Okay.
We are 13. But we understand. As of now. As of means con efectividad de hoy. O sea, en el día de hoy. Right now, you're 13. Dice. There are 13. Hasta estoy adoptando esta forma de hablar.
No.
There are 13 of us.
Vale.
It's funny that English teachers start making mistakes after hearing the mistakes so often. We start to make them ourselves.
It happens.
If the
in
mistake
every
is
language.
close to being right, but not right, we start to absorb it. And it's strange. We are 13. You're 13. We don't say that. I never said it in my life.
Why don't you make a list? Do you have a list?
A list of what?
Mistakes. Es que I love these kind of things porque luego me da mucha rabia. Por ejemplo,
All right.
there are 13 of us, something,
There-
and
well-
it never goes out. Me.
Really, the only time you usually say this, well, no, we say it all the time. How many of you are there? How many of you are there? ¿Cuántos de ustedes hay? ¿Cuántos sois o cuántos son ustedes? ¿Cuántos son? For example, tengo 20 años. I am 20 years old. I am 20. I'm 20. Si dices we're 20, tenemos 20 años de edad. Not somos 20. You understand? That's the initial. We're 20. Oh, really? You look much younger. You look much older. Okay.
So the
All right.
question was, how many of you are there?
How many of you are there?
¿Cuántos sois?
Yes. How many of you are there? Yeah, how many of us are there? Okay. But when you go to a restaurant, for example, usually the head waiter asks, how big is your party? How big is your party? Party, además de fiesta o partido político, party, also means grupo, the party. And third parties means daños a terceros. Third party means terceros. All right. And the party, las partes en el acuerdo. De esta parte, we say the parties in the agreement. So the word party has a lot of meanings. And if you go to a restaurant, usually in the States, in most cities, they don't take reservations by telephone. So you simply go to the restaurant. And quite often, if it's a popular restaurant, you have to wait 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And there's always a receptionist, usually a girl, who takes your name. And then over the intercom, they say, Peterson, party of 3, Peterson, party of 3. And that means you recognize your name, Peterson, or so. And you know there are 3 of you. There are 3 of you. ¿Ves cómo lo dice? Sois 3. There are 3 of you.
There are 3 of us. There are
Yeah.
3 of you.
Yeah, there are 3 of you. And they say, Peterson, party of 3. Peterson, party of 3. You see this here in that
O sea, por ejemplo, Lucas Party 3.
Luca.
Luca Party 3. Parece
Luca,
chino.
coma. Luca. Apellido, Luca. Or, for example, if you go to a restaurant in the States and you say, can I have your name, please? You say, Luca. Luca. And then when they call, they will say, Luca, coma, party of 3. All right, porque they think Luca's you're in. They don't say Luca's party. El grupo de Luca. No.
Luca Party of 3.
Sí, apellido Luca, grupo de 3. All right, party of 3. That's how they say it. And also you can say a table for 3. You don't say we are 3. We just don't say it. A table for 3. Okay, how much time do we have left? Tino, my God, Tino, nos queda un minuto, nada más. Yeah, I can't do anything in 1 minute. Come on. Alfonso can play beret in 1 minute and 20 seconds. What's the duration? Does it have the duration there?
No, but we have to rehearse first.
Oh my God. Alfonso likes to rehearse. I like to improvise.
He's the professional in this
Very
case.
dangerous improvising with Bach.
With Bach, it's very difficult. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with a nice group, and we're Gonzalo Talito Corrales, who is probably the person you need to talk to if you want to study in the United States, initially for free or for an affordable amount of money, and through AGM Sports, como suena, .com, and check it out. We'll be back with Gonzalo and with the rest, and with Vesna, who's coming. My God, we're going to have overbooking today in just a few minutes. Okay, Tino, please.
Cloverdale's Corner, where we turn English inside out. El Rincón de Cloverdale, donde entramos a saco con el inglés.
Hello and welcome back. Welcome to another half-hour segment, to our third hour, I believe, of Cloverdale's Corner. Vesna, good morning.
Good morning.
Tino, we have to open, abre todos los, incluido open also the piano, el piano. How many different microphones are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8. Abrenos todo. Hello, Vesna.
Hello, good
How
morning.
are you?
Fine,
Okay.
thank you.
Can you do me a favor, Vesna?
Yes, of
Can you
course.
get up and approach the microphone above the piano and say hello? Say hello.
Hello,
No. Hay uno más.
hello,
Donde el piano?
hello.
No, we can't hear you, Vesna. Don't worry. Come back.
Okay.
All right. But it doesn't matter. In any case, during this half hour, we're going to try to play a piece, or part of a piece, by Johann Sebastian Bach. And we'll see. All right? And but we're here with Gonzalo Corrales, who is the head of AGM Sports. And it says, estudia un high school americano y prepárate para acceso a la Universidad Norteamericana. Aprende inglés, practica tu deporte favorito y vive una experiencia única en un campus universitario americano, etc. I'm trying to read. It's going too fast. On his, on your website, it passes through these things. But it's really quite interesting. It's really very interesting. And asked me if I had a sports scholarship when I was growing up.
Did you have a sports scholarship when you were at the university?
I have a half scholarship for the first year, but I dropped out
In which sport?
in track and field, atletismo. Yeah. I had a half scholarship, which means they paid half the tuition. Well, they paid the tuition, but I paid the residential fees.
What
All right.
discipline?
In the 400 meters, 200 and 400 meters. But it was too much work. Sports at the university level is business. Yeah, the universities are serious about that. Before, sports is fun and competition, and it's very positive for your development. But at the university level, the intensity of the competition is incredible. And the seriousness of the institution in promoting that sport and making it successful makes it less fun, in my opinion. But for a Spanish adolescent, it is certainly a valid, I would say a valid choice for studying abroad and for getting a degree in higher education. Ask him if most of the kids come back to Spain to settle.
Do most of the kids come back to settle
In Spain.
in Spain?
I'd say 50-50.
50-50. Ask him what the other half do.
What do the other half do?
They stay in the United States to work
United States? No.
again.
Again.
Should say
Again.
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 United States.
Again. Again. Gonzalo has developed, he speaks English very well, but you've developed certain habits.
Well, I live in Huesca.
Well, Huesca's famous for a good English level. I know another person from Huesca who's an English teacher. But we say again. ¿Cómo se dice ginebra? De beber. Gin. Gin.
Again.
Sí, ginebra otra vez. Gin again.
Gin again.
Gin again.
Como si fuera igual. Gin again.
Again.
Es que yo no veo
Again,
la relación
again.
entre... Soy disléxica, pero entre gin y again, ¿dónde estás?
Porque la gente dice again.
Vale.
Entonces, gin. I look for a different word, and it helps them pronounce the second syllable correctly. All right. The United States. The United States. The United... Con la D de United, ya estás con la S de States. The United States. Tienes que entrar en la S. Casi pega... La S come parte de United. The United States. If you make a pause, you instantly go to the Spanish style of estate. Estate.
Alberto, sorry to interrupt. Alberto had me one of those classes on TV, the whole class with the yes in different words.
Yeah.
Todas mal.
Yes. But you see, estate means patrimonio. Estate also means una hacienda, una finca. You say hacienda mexicana. You know, my estate. Come visit my estate is ven a visitar mi finca, mi caserío, or some my
Estancia.
estate. Mi estancia. Eso. And estate also means patrimonio. Real estate, patrimonio real es bienes raíces. It's inmobiliaria. Actividad inmobiliaria is real estate. Un agente inmobiliario is a real estate con E. So if you say the United States, estás diciendo las fincas unidas. The United States. Really? Oh, where do you live? Oh, I live in the United States. Es una urbanización chic. The United States. Okay. All right. Sounds a bit funny. The United States. The States or the U.S. The U.S. and the States. Okay, Alfonso, are you ready? Shall we try or not?
Maybe after the break. Again?
Okay, we'll try it one more
Again?
time. Again.
Again.
We'll do it again. Okay, we'll ask Vesna. Hey, Alfonso, are you paying attention?
Yes, I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alfonso. He loves to come here, but when he comes, he doesn't pay attention. Okay, Alfonso.
I am.
Ask Vesna if there are a lot of good athletes in Croatia.
Vesna. Dobro jutro.
Dobro jutro. Good morning. In Croatian.
Are there a lot of good athletes in Croatia? Or are there more better athletes in Serbia?
Well, it's a good question because I don't know. Because first in Croatia, the most popular sports are the team sports. So good athletes, I don't know at the moment. Well, maybe in the former Yugoslavia there was some, but as far as I know, there are not some extraordinary. Athletes.
Some know any. There aren't any
extraordinary athletes. There.
Aren't you an extraordinary athlete?
No, I'm not.
No? All right. I imagine she could be an extraordinary athlete. An atleta del inglés is what you are. An English-speaking athlete.
Well, yes.
Figuratively.
Yeah.
Yes. It's her. Your microphone sounds like it has echo, reverberation in it, at least on my headphone. But ask Gonzalo if he has ever been to Croatia.
Have you ever been to Croatia?
I've never been to Croatia.
Ask him if he's ever been to a country from the ex-Yugoslavia.
Have you ever been to a country from the ex-Yugoslavia?
Yes, I have.
Oh.
I've been to Slovenia.
To Slovenia.
Slovenia. I've been to Macedonia.
Oh, yes. Beautiful
And I
country.
think that's it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So he's been to Ljubljana and to...
Skopje.
Skopje. Skopje?
Skopje. Skopje.
How do you
Skopje.
pronounce Skopje? All right. Ask him if he was impressed with Slovenia.
Were you impressed with Slovenia?
With Slovenia.
With Slovenia?
Very impressed.
Ask him
Beautiful.
why.
Why were you impressed?
Because it was a beautiful country, and because when I played in Slovenia, it was months after the war they had, so many buildings were destroyed.
All right.
Flatten.
Well, I don't think they were flattened because really
They were destroyed.
Exactly. Destroyed.
Serbia didn't.
It was very
in
quick.
Slovenia,
It was
there
very
was
quick.
just there were 3 days of
Yeah.
war.
Yeah,
Just 3 days.
and so there wasn't much destruction
No.
in
That was very
Slovenia.
1992 or 1993. That was the time, right?
No, it was in 91.
91. Okay, then I was there exactly.
A little after.
1992 at the beginning.
A little bit
Yes.
after. Okay, and ask Vesna if she's enjoying her classes.
Are you enjoying your classes?
Oh, very much.
Very much. Ask her if she teaches English.
Do you teach English?
Yes, I do.
Ask him how many students she has.
How many students do you have?
Oh, at the moment, it's one group of 8.
¿Cómo has dicho?
Right.
Dilo otra vez.
At the moment,
At the moment, okay.
it's one group of 18 students, another group of 8 students, and the third group of approximately, 12 or 13 students.
But what have you done to become a teacher?
What have I done?
Or what are you doing now? Where are you teaching
Well,
now?
I'm
I
working. I'm a bit
Excuse me.
multitask.
What did you do to become a teacher? Not what have you done.
Vale.
What have you done sounds funny.
Okay.
Pero, ¿qué has hecho tú? ¿Qué has
Es
hecho?
que I didn't know you were a teacher. I knew you were studying, no?
Yes,
For
I did.
the-
I did a master's in profesorado secundaria.
All right. Ask her how long she's been living in Spain.
How long have you been living in Spain?
I've been living in Spain for 18 years.
Yeah. Ask me if I know her husband.
Do you know her husband?
Yes, I do.
Can I interrupt the
No.
class a moment?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Ask her how many German students she has.
Vesna, how many German students do you have?
I have approximately 15. because,
15
there
German.
are some more students coming.
Ask her if she has seen my collectible in German.
Have you seen Richard's collectible in German?
Yes, I've seen it, and it's really wonderful.
It's good. You like
It's
it?
very useful.
All
Yes.
right. Have you heard the CD?
Well, I haven't had time to hear the CD, but I have read it.
All right. Well,
And
listen to the
it's
CD
really
because, how do you say? We take our own medicine. Nos mojamos nosotros mismos con nuestra propia medicina. Richard Brown, the head of research and development, is the student learning German. He knew no German at all. So he is submitting himself to his own medication, to his own method. And it works. The Vaughan method, the way we approach learning in a language is very, very effective. It's funny. It's funny. We have 350 teachers. Practically everyone says, ojalá hubiera un profesor de español con nuestra metodología. These teachers want to improve their Spanish and say, I need a Vaughan teacher for Spanish. You see, we don't offer Spanish normally. And so the teachers here realize how effective the Vaughan method is. And they want it for themselves to learn Spanish. But we don't train teachers to teach Spanish with the Vaughan method. Because there's no demand. We only accept Spanish classes in a reactive way.
What does that mean?
That means that if we have a company, for example, where we have 10 English teachers, and there's a new manager who's Swedish and he needs a Spanish class, we will send a Spanish teacher. But it's subcontracted and it's not a person trained by us. It's
How many days does it take you to train the teacher?
10.
10 days.
10 days, 18 to 20 hours a day. The teachers sleep 3 or 4 hours a night, because they have so much work. So it's probably 200 hours in 20 days. No, excuse me. 20 hours. I would say 18 hours a day for 10 days. 180 hours between, in every aspect. They have training. They have practice classes. They have a lot of homework. You see, there are things you don't know about your language. The present tense, the past tense, the present perfect, irregular verbs, auxiliary verbs, phrasal verbs. They don't know these things.
Yes.
Lo que aprendes aquí en lengua española no es lo que necesitas para enseñar español a extranjeros. It's completely different, you see. So we need to teach them the English language as it is a language for teaching foreigners. It's totally different. And then we need to teach them how to teach. Cómo deslumbrar al alumno. How to teach their socks off. Yeah, that's what we say. You have to teach their socks off.
Do you give classes to outside teachers?
No.
Teachers from outside?
No.
Only your...
It's creating competitors.
Of course.
It's our secret
Yes,
technology.
You're right.
Can I ask you a question, Richard?
Yeah.
Do you prepare students for SAT or the TOEFL?
No, we don't.
You don't, eh?
We will on a specific request, but we don't promote this. It's a very good business. There are many people. However,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Just preparing for a test.
It doesn't excite me. No me emociona. I don't like creating products only to make money. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I like to create products to make money and to really solve a problem. Of course, helping a student pass the SAT or the GRE or the etc. or the TOEFL is helping that person, but you're not helping them improve their English. You're helping them pass a test. And that doesn't, it's not stimulating for me. It's just not.
Yeah.
We should do it, really. We need to create a department that's devoted to that because there's a lot of money in it. International House se gana la vida con eso. Porque hay titulitis en España y también examinitis, preparatitis para exámenes.
Cambridge and
All over the world,
so many,
international
many,
health.
many different exams
Yeah,
when they are children too.
yeah. And so in the end, you prepare them for the tricks to pass the exam
Right.
more than truly improving their English. And they take 15 or 20 or 100 mock exams, exámenes. What do you call mock exam?
Exámenes de prueba.
Sí, de práctica, etc. A mock, M-O-C-K, mock exams, and you'd say take them again and again. You become an expert in taking these exams. All right, and so we don't do that. We will do it specifically if somebody requests. All right, and if we have a teacher who knows about the test. But our job is to help people learn to use English effectively in real life and not to pass an exam.
Yeah, there is a very strict frame for these preparations, and the method is very, very strict. So you don't feel free speaking foreign language when you're preparing for those exams.
Okay, yeah.
Well, me at least, I don't feel free if I'm preparing certain official exam.
If you're preparing people for the exam.
Yeah, people, yeah.
Yes, habla al micrófono. Nacho, este micrófono suena con mucho eco, eh?
Well, maybe because my voice is
No.
changed because I'm cold.
You're not the first person that sits there, and I get that impression.
Okay.
Okay, now ask Gonzalo, what period of the year is the busiest for him?
What period of the year is the busiest for you?
June, July, and August.
June, July, and August. That's, the months immediately before they go and when they go to the States. Ask him when the American university system begins.
When does the American system begin?
It begins in August. It begins in August.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Second,
begins.
third week.
Yeah, the third or fourth week of August, in the middle of August.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That's changed. Many years ago, the academic year started in September, and I still prefer that, after Labor Day.
Okay.
Labor Day is, el 1 de mayo is Día de los Trabajadores. In Europe. In the States, it's the first Monday, I think it's the first Monday in September. The United States wanted to separate the Labor Day from the political connotations of the 1 de mayo. May 1st has traditional political Marxist, Leninist, communist connotations and socialist. And so the United States wanted to separate the political considerations from the day in honor of the workers. And so they decided on the first Monday in September, and after that was when school began, on Tuesday. But now they start in the middle of August, and I don't know why. I think it's because they prefer to finish the semester before Christmas. The American system is based on a semester system, academic semesters, and they finish before Christmas. Ask him if many of the Spanish kids have trouble adapting.
Do many of the Spanish kids have trouble adapting?
No.
They don't.
No, they don't. I think sports plays major role.
Major.
Major role on their happiness.
In
their happiness. Because once they get there, they have a number of athletes that are working with them, training with them, going to school with them. So it makes it very easy for them to have new friends, close friends from day one.
Yes. In fact, athletes on the American campuses live in an athletic dorm. A dorm. Dorm is the word we use for residencia estudiantil. Colegio mayor también. The dorm. And, excuse me, I have an SMS that's distracting my attention.
I think it's very useful for them to learn English a través del deporte.
Through sports.
Of course.
Even
And their experiences are much different when they are involved in so many activities in campus. I mean, these guys
On campus.
These guys don't breathe. I mean, they wake up, they train, then they go to school, then they have lunch with their teammates, then they go to train, then they go to study. So
I am
it's,
sure,
They're
Richard,
very busy.
if you prepare like a camp for children, tennis, golf, and what was the other? And soccer, the three most. And you find very good English teachers through sports, they learn.
But they don't learn as fast. Here, Gonzalo is talking about perhaps a Spanish tennis player, for example, who's at Texas Christian or TCU, and he's the only Spaniard there. It could be. And so his teammates, the people he eats with, the people he trains with, the classes, the professors, everybody speaks only English. Whereas on a camp we do it here, we have 20 kids,
Yes.
and it's difficult to keep them speaking English. You see, we need a whip, to keep them speaking English.
Then why you should prepare something for smaller students?
Excuse me.
Referring is that if I send my boy, for example, and I send him telling him that he's going to play any sports, he would do it very
Of course.
mucho más contento que solo inglés.
He would do it very willingly.
Yes.
Willingly.
Talk to me after the program.
Vale.
Because
I take you home whenever you want.
well,
Like last time.
he needs to go to Huesca after the program. You can drive him to Huesca.
If I am sending my children, I am taking him whenever you want.
But ask him if he also sends people to secondary school.
Do you also send people to secondary school?
Yes, we do.
All right. There we compete head to head. All right. Because we're starting to do that as well
Uh-oh.
for the academic year abroad and the secondary school level. But that's also connected with sports. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
So Gonzalo is he looks for athletes. Ask him if it's easy to find good athletes in Spain.
Is it easy to find good athletes in Spain?
It is easy, and it's becoming easier because of the economic situation we're living
Situation. Donde tienes la U después de una T o después de una D, la pronunciación cambia. Future, situation, con D, Jew. How do you say judío? Jew. Graduate, educate, education. Do you understand?
Yes, yes.
So we make the J, como una G pura, inglesa, J. Educate, graduate, situate.
I still
con T.
remember the three things you recommended the last time. Every time I say that word, I think of you.
Ah, really?
Of
Which one?
course. Women, because I was saying woman,
All right.
and you say women, and then the
Company.
other, eh?
Company.
Company.
No, I have
Company.
another one that is every time I say it, I think of you.
The choo-choo, the...
Choo-choo.
Walk and talk. Because I
Walk and
said
talk.
Walk, talk.
Con L.
Walk, talk.
Walk.
Every time I say it, I think of Richard.
Walk on
Now you have
by.
another one, the S.
I know.
Yeah.
And the edu.
Edu. And situation.
And the States. This is
The States. All right, but it's easy to find good athletes. But you need to contact secondary schools. I mean, how do you know, for example, that there is a crack soccer player in Baza, in Andalusia? How do you find out?
Well, they have to find me.
They have to find
There
you.
are many.
Te tienen que multar?
No, they have to find me.
Find me. Usa la de. Find me.
Find me.
Find me. Finda.
Okay.
Findus. Finda. Find me.
Find me.
All right, they have to find you. So you are not proactive. You are reactive.
I am proactive through the sports federations, but not all the kids are aware of this opportunity. It's very difficult to find everyone.
Okay.
And that's a pity because many kids don't know about this. And this would be a great opportunity for many of them.
Okay. Because for example, if you go to the Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Barça, you go to the juveniles or alevines, you can find excellent high potential soccer players, but then who, when they're 18, they're simply not good enough to be playing on the first team.
Exactly, and that's
And you want those kids.
Exactly, the ones that are not gonna be on the first team, or the ones that are not gonna be professional. In fact, we have a couple of players from these very well-known clubs that are not gonna continue playing professionally and wanna take the American path.
And so they get a full higher education degree in the United States. They learn English almost perfectly. And so they can come back to Spain very well prepared.
Yeah, we have a kid that played for Real Madrid and is playing for UCLA on a full scholarship.
UCLA, UCLA.
UCLA.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're with Gonzalo Corrales from AGM Sports. And I recommend that if you... this is very interesting. That's why I invited you back.
Thank you.
I have no connection. There's no commission here. It's simply because I think it's important, what you're doing.
He makes a very serious, how do you say? Una impresión muy seria.
He makes a very good
A
impression.
very good impression.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, www.agmsports.com. Check it out. We'll be right back in just a few minutes.
Cloverdale's Corner, where we turn English inside out. El Rincón de Cloverdale, donde entramos a saco con el inglés.
Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to another half-hour segment. In fact, welcome back to our last half hour of Cloverdale's Corner. And many, many years ago, I knew a song by Bach, and I have forgotten it completely. It was also played by Jethro Tull. And I don't remember. So Alfonso is going to play it on the piano. Yeah. And I think you'll recognize it. Are you ready, maestro?
Yes, I am.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go! Okay.
We are going to miss you.
We're going to miss you. When I was 20 or 21, I could play that on the guitar from start to finish. And it was tough. It was tough. And the guitar requires total devotion. The piano to play well, of course, as well. But it's very, very good. But you're not a Bach fan. He's not your favorite, right?
He's the best and the father and blah, 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 but it's not my favorite. No.
All right. Your favorite is Rachmaninoff, is that correct? Okay.
Yes, one of them.
One of them.
Russian, American, 20th century. Yes.
Okay, so you like Gershwin, you
Passion.
like Aaron Copland?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right.
More developed.
Okay.
Bach is the proto... the beginning and the
Theus,
father and
Theus.
the best, and yes, I have to say
Jupiter. The king of the gods.
Yes,
All right.
he is, no doubt.
But you prefer Aphrodite.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with a lot of people. Vesna from Croatia. Luca is here, finally back, but she didn't bring her churros and porras. She always brings them. Yeah. You know, that's a thing. You know, if you go to a person, just visit somebody, and you give the person 100 euros, then wow, thanks. Wow. Thank you so much. My God. The following week, you see him, and you give him 100 euros. And wow, thank you very much. And you continue every week. If in week number 37, you don't give him 100 euros, he said, ha, este tío se me va.
Richard, I've been here twice with Luca, and I've never seen any churros.
Bueno, come on, next Wednesday. ¡Qué presión! Me voy ahora, si hago colecta.
Of course.
No, don't worry.
Okay.
I can live without churros. Life without porras is simply not life. I don't know. What do you think of?
Yes, I agree.
All right. Yes, ask me how old I was when I ate my first churro.
How old were you when you eat?
8.
How old were you when you ate your first churro?
I ate my first churro when I was 20 years old. Ask me where I ate it.
Where did you eat it?
I ate it in the Plaza Real de Barcelona, just off the Ramblas.
Oh.
And ask me if I liked it.
Did you like it?
Not too much. Ask me why.
Why? Why didn't you like it too much?
Because the way they prepared it was with sugar on top. And I don't like sweets. So it seemed, I ate it, I tried it. It was okay. But when I came to Spain, I ate it. When I came to Madrid, I noticed people dunked it in coffee. And so I tried dunking a churro in coffee without sugar, except in the coffee, of course. But they said, wow, this is good. And so I started eating it every day, churros for breakfast.
They're wonderful.
I prepared them at home.
I love the plain churro.
The plain churro.
What do you
Without
prefer,
anything.
churros or porras?
Porras.
I like both. It depends on my
What's the difference between churros and porras?
well, what's the difference between night and day?
Sun and light.
Next time I try both and you try.
No,
Haven't you
I'm
tried
not
them?
going to try.
Both of
But
them,
I've
both
tried
of them
once.
are authentic Spanish technology.
Argentina has churros.
All right. Ask Gonzalo if there are churros in Huesca.
Are there churros in Huesca?
Yes, there are.
All right. Ask him what the most famous dish is in Huesca.
What's the most famous dish in Huesca?
My wife's meals.
Really?
This
Wow.
is fantastic.
Oh,
Ask if his wife is from Huesca.
is your wife from Huesca?
Yes, he is.
Ask him how old he was when he met his wife.
How old were you when you met your wife?
I was 13.
Wow.
13.
Yes.
No way.
She was 16, and she didn't.
She's a cradle robber.
No, she wasn't interested in me.
Es una salta cuna, say ella.
She wasn't interested in me at that age.
Cradle is cuna. Cradle. Cradle. And a robber is ladrón, no? Atracador or something is a robber. Cradle. Now we usually don't say cradle. Cradle is the old type. Rock-a-bye baby in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock.
The one who that rocks.
Yeah. Rock-a-bye baby. Rock. Yeah.
I had a cradle for my girls.
And also we use the word cradle figuratively. La cuna de la civilización. The cradle of civilization. Mesopotamia and Greece. So yeah, this is the cradle. The cradle of civilization and things, okay? You had what?
A cradle for my babies.
Yeah, somebody's telephone is acting up. You don't have to turn it off,
No, not mine.
but that we usually don't have this problem with the telephones, but today for some reason. Okay, but ask Gonzalo. His girlfriend, his wife, was 16 when he met her. He was 13. Ask him when they started going out together.
When did you start going
Going
out
out.
together?
When I was 32.
Well, that's a long time. You waited a long time to act.
She did.
She did. I mean, so she was the aggressor.
She was.
All right. Ask if his wife is aggressive.
Is your wife aggressor?
No, she's
No,
not.
aggressive.
Aggressive?
No, she's wonderful.
Tu mujer es agresora. That sounds funny. Is aggressive.
Aggressive.
Okay. She's not. Okay. Ask if she's a good cook.
Is she a good cook?
She's fantastic.
All right.
Reminds me of my mom.
All right.
Oh, that's important
Yeah, I know.
for a Mediterranean man.
Well, he's not Mediterranean. He's Pirineo. He's a Pyrenean.
Well, but it's close.
Closer than to Pacific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell what you think about those relationships.
Between mother and mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't like them too. No.
In general, I personally prefer that the married couple lives away, physically distant from parents. But I've seen too much endogamia within the family. The Mediterranean-style family, I think, has certain advantages, but a lot of disadvantages for the development of the kids.
It's not good for the couple.
It's not good for the couple. No. It's better to be away from mother-in-laws and fathers-in-laws and things like that, physically. Separate. You can visit them.
At least for the first years.
Okay, perhaps. I don't know. I mean, I lived 8,000 kilometers from my parents, but I lived only 5 kilometers from my mother-in-law. All right. But usually she has been, she's still alive, a good mother-in-law. Very, very few moments of friction. How do you say roce?
Friction.
Fricción, yeah, friction. Okay. Ask Gonzalo if he gets along with his mother-in-law.
Do you get along with your mother-in-law?
She's deceased. So
Deceased.
Deceased.
What's
Yeah.
Sube el micro.
Uy.
What's
Alright.
deceased?
Decesos. Ha muerto. It's a soft way of saying she has died. She is deceased. Deceased. Ten cuidado con la pronunciación.
Mm-hmm.
Diseased está repleto de enfermedades. She's diseased.
Oh, right.
Diseased.
Right. Okay.
All right. Deceased. So you need to be una pura S. Sonido S en ambos sitios. De ahí viene la palabra decesos, obviamente. Decesos is a type of insurance, you know.
I don't see the difference.
You can't hear the pronunciation difference?
Yeah.
Do you know the difference do you speak French?
Mm.
Do you know how to say veneno in French?
No.
Poison.
Ah.
Poison.
Poisson.
How do you say pescado in French?
Ah.
Poisson.
Poisson.
Poisson. Poison.
Ah, okay.
Z-
Poisson.
z-
Poisson.
z- Escucha. Deceased. 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 Diseased. You understand?
Diseased.
Yeah.
That's
The-
what? Which one? La de-
Diseased means morboso, enfermo, enfermizo,
Okay.
afectado
La de
por
las
una
S.
enfermedad.
Yeah, it's the sound of a fly.
El
Okay.
zumbido de una mosquito de noche cuando no puedes dormir porque hay un mosquito al lado.
And you spell it with C or S?
S. Diseased. Excuse me. De enfermo, diseased. Con S en ambos sitios. Deceased es con C en medio.
Ah.
Okay. Deceased. Deceased. I didn't even know how to spell it. D-E-C-E. Deceased.
Hacemos el lío hasta ti.
I don't know how to spell it. I don't know how to spell that word. Deceased. Well, let me look it up in morir. Muerto. Maybe we can find it there. Deceased. Dead. I can't find it. But she is deceased. And ask him if his wife gets along with his mother.
Does your wife get along with your mother?
Yes, they get along well.
All right. Okay. Ask him if his parents are from Huesca.
Are your parents from Huesca?
They are not, but they've been living there for 45 years.
Okay. That's strange to move to Huesca.
Of course.
You know, I can understand people in Madrid from Huesca, but somebody who moves to Huesca, ask him where his parents are from originally.
Where are your parents from originally?
They are from Madrid.
Ah.
Ask him why in the world they went to Huesca.
Why in the world they went to Huesca?
Did they go?
Ay, my God. Why did they go?
Why in the world?
Es que why in the world me despista. Why in the world did they go to Huesca?
They were teachers, so they went there to teach when they were 20 or 21 years old.
Okay, ask him what kind of teachers they were.
What kind of teachers were they?
My mother was teaching first grade.
Okay, first grade.
and
Primaria. Primero de primaria.
And my father was teaching like in a junior college, specialized college.
Okay, a technical, vocational,
Technical, yeah.
a vocational technical
Exactly.
college.
Yeah, he
Ask
was a math and physics professor.
All right. Okay. And so ask him if he enjoyed growing up in Huesca.
Did you enjoy growing up in Huesca?
I did, but I moved very early. At the age of 12 is when I moved to Barcelona.
All right. Ask him if Huesca is a healthy place for kids to grow up.
Is Huesca a healthy place for kids to grow up?
Fantastic place for kids to grow up.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I recommend that you look into the possibility of moving to Huesca. Ask him what the
Zaragoza.
Ask him if he lives in Huesca now.
Do you live in Huesca now?
Yes, I live in Huesca.
Ask him why he doesn't relocate to Madrid.
Why don't you relocate into Madrid?
Because Huesca is the perfect place for my kids and my wife and my family.
All right, fine. See, the thing is, you have a business that requires traveling all over Spain.
I have a business that I can run from any window, any house, any corner of the world. So I don't have to be anywhere.
Ask him if he needs to travel in his job.
Do you need to travel in your job?
I do, but I don't have to. I mean, it's better if I travel, but people connect with us through the internet.
So you're more reactive than proactive.
Well, now we can use the social networks to be proactive with a lot of
All
possible clients.
Ask him if his company is growing.
Is your company growing?
Yes, it is.
Ask him. So you have 300 people now
In the U.S.
in the U.S. Ask him how many people he had 2 years ago.
How many people did you have?
People.
How many people did you have 2 years ago?
It was about 180.
Oh.
So this 2012, 80 new students have gone to the U.S., and now we are working with 125 for 2013. So the number is growing.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who have joined us in the past half hour, we're with Gonzalo Corrales, who is the head of AGM Sports, agmsports.com para más información. And he performs a task which Vaughan Systems there's no connection. It's just a friendship. There's no connection, there's no commission, there's no nothing. But I like him to come here from time to time because I think the activity he's performing is very interesting. And it opens avenues or horizons, abre horizontes o avenidas, we say in English. It opens avenues or horizons for a lot of young people who academically don't have a clear idea of their future. But they are very good in a particular sport, in soccer, in basketball, or in tennis, or in golf. And if you're very good, it's very likely, muy posible, it's very likely that you can go to an American university and they will pay the expenses. You can go free. And Gonzalo's company is in contact with 1,500 universities in the United States. And every year he sends between 100 and 300, right now 300, Spanish adolescents or young adults are now in the United States practicing their sports and studying academically, getting a university degree. Okay, ask him if he's going back to Huesca today.
Are you going back to Huesca today?
Yes, I am.
All right, ask him if he always uses the fast train.
Do you always use the fast train?
Of course, we have one AVE from Huesca to Madrid, so I have to take it.
From Huesca, ask him if the AVE reaches Huesca.
Does the AVE reach Huesca?
Incredibly, yes.
It does.
How long does it take?
2 hours and 15 minutes from Huesca to Madrid.
That's good.
One a day, but it's enough.
But how long does it take to go from here to Zaragoza? It's an hour.
By train,
Yeah.
1 hour and 15.
1 hour and 15
Yeah.
minutes. See, this is 1 hour and 15, tienes que hacer
1 hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
An hour and a quarter, an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes. And then it takes another
55 minutes. It doesn't go, it's not high speed from Zaragoza to Huesca, but it's the same train. So
It's the same train.
It's the
Yeah,
same
I mean,
train,
just-
and it changed the.
exactly.
To a different
it doesn't
track.
go to like 320 kilometers an hour that it goes from Madrid to Zaragoza. So it goes
Zaragoza.
fast to Zaragoza.
All right. Ask him if there are a lot of people on the train between Zaragoza and Huesca.
Are there a lot of people between Zaragoza and Huesca?
Depends on the time of the year. From November now in the ski season, a lot of people come to Huesca. Many people and use the
It's
train.
the one you take to go to Vaqueira, no?
Well,
It
you go to
stops at
Huesca,
Huesca,
and
no?
then you have different options to
Almanzor,
go to Lerida
no?
or to Huesca. Exactly.
No? Almanzor.
All right. Ask him if he knows how to ski.
Do you know how to ski?
No, I don't. I've been
Amazing.
once
All
trying
right.
to ski.
Okay, fine. And ask him if the quality of tennis players is still improving in Spain.
Does the quality
Is the quality?
Is the quality of tennis players still improving in Spain?
It's not improving because it can't improve anymore. I mean, we have Nadal and Ferrer, and it's impossible to get better than that. But we do have a lot of kids playing tennis at the highest level.
All right. So ask him if he's optimistic about the future of Spanish tennis.
So, are you optimistic about the future of Spanish tennis?
No, I'm not.
No.
No,
Why?
because it's going to be impossible to find or to have another Nadal.
¿Cómo que?
Pero ¿cómo
Why
que
not?
no? Pero
Impossible.
come on, entonces estábamos con McEnroe.
You asked me a question, I answered the question. That's what
All
I
right.
believe.
Diciendo los deportes,
All right.
anda, que les vas a mandar buen mensaje a los niños.
Ask him who the best tennis player in the world is.
Who's the best tennis player in the world?
Well, I guess it's Federer, Djokovic, and Nadal. It depends on the time of the year. Djokovic is not the best.
All right. And ask him if it's impossible to reach that level.
Is it impossible to reach that level?
It's not impossible, but it's very, very, very difficult.
Ask him what Nadal's secret is.
What's Nadal's secret?
A lot of talent, a lot of hard work, and a
And
very
very-
good head.
A very good head.
And very humano y humilde.
Yeah, but that didn't take him to the number one in the world spot.
Hard
it
work.
Those
helps.
are great qualities on the person, but to be number one, I mean, you gotta have an extraordinary talent and work very, very hard.
But, for example, are you telling me, that Federer, Djokovic have more talent than Andy Roddick, for example?
Federer probably does, because the level of effort that he shows is minimum. The others,
It's just more work
yeah,
and more
well,
determination.
work and the timing of the lack, the breaks you have throughout your career.
All right. The breaks doesn't mean los frenos. Ni nada. The breaks means los momentos de suerte. Momentos afortunados. To have a break. Give me a break. And they have, it was a break. A break is used for un golpe de suerte. It's a break. Que te abre una puerta adicional. It's a break. What a break. It's a break. For example, if Real Madrid is playing against Barça and Real Madrid is losing 2-1 and somebody, what's the defenseman for the Barça? What's his name?
Puyol, Piqué.
Oh, but let's say Piqué makes a goal in propia meta. That's a break for Real Madrid. That is 2-2, and then the game has changed, and it was an incredible break.
Uh-huh.
It was a golpe de
Un golpe de
suerte.
suerte.
Yeah, it's a break. Oh, that was a break. Or in basketball, they miss 2 free throws. The opposing team, has a foul, and they will win if they can make. They miss both free throws. It's a break for the other team. It's a break. So you're going back today. Ask him what time he needs to catch the train.
What time do you need to catch the train?
7:05 p.m.
7:05. Ask him what time he expects to get home.
What time do you expect to get home?
Expect is con X.
What time do you expect to get home?
Arrival to Huesca is scheduled for 9:20 p.m.
All right. And ask him how long it takes him to get home. Ask him if his wife will pick him up at the station.
Will your wife pick you up at Huesca?
No,
At the station.
she will not be there. It takes me 5 minutes to go walking, to go home,
No,
walking,
Eso es
to
mejor
walk
en
home, to
castellano.
walk home.
Ir andando es castellano.
We
Ni
don't
es
u-
mexicano. Do you say ir andando
No,
in Argentina?
no.
How
no,
do you
ir
say?
caminando. Ir a pie.
Okay, ir a pie.
We
But
don't
not
use
in
cars in
English?
Huesca, Richard. We
You
don't
don't
need
use
the car.
But the people know how to drive, right?
Some people.
All right. So it takes you 5 minutes to walk home.
7.
Come on. Ask him what the population of Huesca is.
What's the population of Huesca?
I think right now is about 52,000 people.
Well, that's
You wanna
pretty.
check?
We're going to find out.
I know.
I'm just fascinated.
52,300.
Huesco? No, I made a mistake. Huesca. All right. We're going to find out what the population of Huesca is. Huesca is a city in northeastern Spain. Was it
Yeah.
northeastern? Casi north central. Within the autonomous community of Aragon.
Mhm.
It is also the capital of the Spanish province of the same name and the comarca of Olla de Huesca.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In 2009, it had a population of 52,000.
Wow.
We actually had a discussion in our family over Christmas dinner about the population of Huesca. Population of Huesca. That's why I knew.
But Huesca is not as small as you think. I mean, really, to walk home from the train station
Of course.
means you live relatively near the train station.
It's very small.
All right. Ask me if Julius Caesar spent any time in Huesca.
Did Julius Caesar spend any time in Huesca?
Yes, he did. Yes. Yeah, he did. Now, he passed through and then Osca. And also Sertorius, I mean, many Romans. And Pompey. Yeah, Pompey. Pompeia? Pompeio. Pompeia is the place, Pompeio. He killed Sertorius in Pamplona, in the area of Pamplona. Pamplona is named after Pompey, or Pompey. Yeah. Ya viene la palabra Pamplona. It comes from the Roman general who was a rival. Basically, most of his life, he was a rival of Julius Caesar, and he lost in the war, civil war against Julius Caesar, and he lost his head in Egypt. And Julius Caesar was very upset because Julius Caesar respected Pompey. And the Egyptians thought they were doing him a favor by killing Pompey for him. We'll do the job, don't worry. We killed him. And he said, why? All right. That's something. But ladies and gentlemen, we have less than a minute left. I enjoyed listening to Bach. All right. And we're going to lose Alfonso in the near future. I hope we lose you. That means the opportunity has arisen and it will give you practice. And when you come back, we will start an orchestra.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yes, we're going to
2
start
years. That's
una orquesta de
definitely, no?
cuerda. Yeah, ya he hecho los números. Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
job.
All right. And so to make it profitable and to create the best string orchestra.
I think it can be very, very profitable.
You think so?
Yes.
All right. Okay. But I wish you the best on that. And Gonzalo, I wish you the best with
Thank you very much
with
for everything.
You're doing a very important job.
Thank you.
You're opening up very interesting avenues for young people in Spain. I think that needs to be communicated to the general population so that they know that there are alternatives to the normal abanico de alternativas que hay. And it's a very interesting alternative that can kill 3 birds with one stone, really. Maja varios pájaros de un tiro, lo que hace Gonzalo. agmsports.com. Don't forget. Look into it. Investigadlo. Vale la pena. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for a nice,
welcome.
fun
Thank you.
Wednesday. All right. And I'll be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. Nacho.